Hello guys and welcome back, and in this video I just want to go over some of the progress I've made these past few days on my game Killer Shapes. Quick disclaimer, this video isn't that much content packed because these past few days I spent a lot of time fixing bugs in the game because I don't want a glitchy mess. So I actually spent more time fixing bugs than adding features, so I didn't have that much time. But basically what I made was the first thing was I just changed up some of the things on the HUD here. So what you can notice is that right here I added a clock icon here, not very important, and also here on the cache I just added the $sign here and removed the icon that was there because I didn't quite like it. Then at the bottom here you notice that from the joysticks I just simply removed this. I just added in a handle so that you can easily know what these joysticks do, and the rest of the stuff just came here for the inventory slots. I changed what the inventory slot icons and also the health bars here. I removed one bar which was blue. That bar was used for armor, but I didn't actually like the way that system worked, so I completely removed it from the game, but might re-implement it later once I actually clean it up. Now for the main features, well, the main thing that I worked on this last week was an equipment system. So if you noticed in the previous video, whenever you got close to a weapon, some text would appear on top saying tap to pick up this weapon. That system did work for me at first, but I didn't actually like the way it worked, where say you're playing the game and you see a weapon you want to pick up. You have to let go of one of the joysticks and imagine you're being bullied by a bunch of enemies. So that will actually remove you from actually playing the game properly and distract you from the action and possibly cause you to die faster. I want this game to be tough and fast paced, but I don't want you to unfairly die. So basically the way I made it was that there's an equipment system right here, and you can just simply tap this button, and what happens is that this window right here will pop up. So what this window will do is that when it pops up, you can see that it just has 6 slots here, and what these 6 slots do is that when you're nearby some weapons, these 6 slots will be occupied by the weapons that are nearby. So this system, when it came to implementing, had a lot of glitches for like duplicating objects, and also yeah, I had to fix those bugs before I can actually show you this. But basically what this will do is that it draws an overlap circle around the player of 3 meters. So at the moment, at this radius right here, it will detect the weapons that are close by, and it will show you each of the individual weapons that are close by in these inventory slots. And so you can just tap on that weapon. It reads you a simple description of what that weapon is. So it shows you the damage of the weapon and just some basic stuff like the clip size, real fire rate, and also just some funny descriptions that I added in, like some text that comes with the weapon, as in what it does specifically. And that's one feature. This is one feature that took some time for me to work out because I've actually never made something like this in Unity. So it took me some time, and a lot of try and error, but I finally got it to work with the way my gun system is working, which, if I didn't mention it in the previous video, the gun system is basically just relying on scriptable objects. So these weapons are just scriptable objects, and I basically got it to work with my system here. It did take me some time, but I finally got it to work, and it's an accomplishment for me that I actually won't forget. Then the other thing that I added was a temp upgrade system. This is one thing that didn't take that much time to implement because of how basic it is, but since it didn't take that much time to implement, it was buggy as hell, since it was interlacing with some of the pre-built systems that I have in the game, and this was causing some issues with some of the, as I said, some of the pre-built systems that I already have implemented into the game. So the way this system works is that it upgrades the player, but not permanently, but temporarily, so that when you're playing through a round in the game, you can choose a stat one of these. So every 2 waves, this screen right here will appear, and you can choose an upgrade. So you can either choose to up your health or ammo, and the moment you die, everything resets. So I got this from basically every roguelike game you can find there. Specifically this system, I got it from a game by the name of Super Hot Control Mind Delete. Basically, every 2 levels in that game, you are opted with an upgrade system where you can either choose to refuel all your health or increase your maximum health. I wanted to do that, but I changed it up a little bit. So this one, you can increase your maximum ammo while also refilling all your ammo, and you can also increase your maximum health while also increasing your maximum ammo. The way I made this system at the end was that basically the way I try to make all my systems whenever I'm coding is where this is completely reusable and scalable. So basically I can add as many temp upgrades as I want here. So for example, one upgrade I'm working on is a random weapon. So basically it will drop you a random weapon, or I can actually split this up so that they're not that simple. So you have to make the decision of whether to get more ammo, or to just refill your current ammo, or to get more health or refill your full health. So I might change up those upgrades as I go on. So this isn't a permanent thing. It's as the upgrades themselves are. It's a temp thing, so it's subject to change in future. And the final thing I did change is also very small. It was basically for the death screen here. So the death screen, I added some animations here, and if I play here, what goes on is that, well, basically as you can see I moved some things, but you get this. So if you get a new high score, these things here animate. I'll show you some gameplay footage. I think I'll edit in some gameplay footage, but basically these things animate here, and just show you whether you have a new high score or not. So these are just some of the simple things I added these past few days. And the final thing I added was this enemy right here. So this enemy type, it's a pretty basic enemy. It's very weak, but the main thing that I implemented with this enemy is that when it gets close to you, it commits seppuku. Simply put, it self-destructs and it deals damage to you and also any enemies that are close by. And this is one thing that makes this weapon both an enemy and also sort of useful too, because you can shoot it from afar, and if it explodes near a bunch of enemies, you're basically getting free damage to those enemies by shooting one enemy. And if it gets too close, what you can do is that you can dash into it using this dash button here, and when you dash, you don't take any damage. You are invulnerable to any damage while you're dashing in the game. So if you dash into an enemy like this, you don't take damage, but if it explodes and there are enemies nearby, the enemies do take damage. So you're basically getting some free hits onto the enemies for basically nothing, for basically no use of your ammo, just a simple melee attack. And so this is one enemy. It also took me some time to actually get that behavior coded in. I sadly don't have any footage of me writing the code because I completely black out when I'm doing that. So I'll basically just fall asleep and find the code written, So yeah, I don't think when I'm writing my code, I just start typing in a bunch of random stuff on my keyboard, and magically the code appears doing exactly what I wanted to do, with some bugs of course. But yeah, this is just the progress that I've made so far. I'm sorry if this video isn't that content filled, because I didn't have much time, as I said, the bugs. But this coming week, starting from today, I'm actually going to start working on some more stuff. So firstly, I have a gun database, which is basically just all the weapons that I have written out. I'll put that gun database in the description so that you can see all the weapon ideas that I have right now. And also, I'm also going to start working on some new enemies for the game, because only having these few enemies is kind of, well, it didn't appeal to me that much. So I'm going to start working on some variants of enemies, and also a not a pickup system, a power up system, because it's something I've been putting away for quite some time. And also basic sounds, because a game that's mute didn't make any sense. So if I have the ability to make music, I'll actually have to create a theme for this entire thing. As one thought has come to mind, I actually have to create a theme, and I actually don't know how to create music at all. So this will actually take me some time. So at the moment, we'll actually have to stay with the mute game for I think the first stages of development. But yeah, this is my devlog so far. I'll leave you right here with some gameplay footage. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more updates as to where the game is going. And also hit that like button to feed the YouTube algorithm so more people can actually find this video. And in that short note, I think I'm gonna head off because I think I've ruined your day enough for now. So yeah, have a great day, and hopefully try to forget this abomination you've watched today. Peace.